Woodpecker, Fertilize, Murphy, Antivenom.
I would like to invite everybody to episode 153 of Can You Don't Podcast with Brian Allbrand and Jeff Paisley. I'd be so bummed if I was walking out, like, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. And the announcer's like, welcome to the plate, Joseph Paisley.
Who's ready for some Cookie Crisp? Remember those?
Yeah, I just sure do.
Cookie Crisp.
Candy for breakfast? Oh, cookies for breakfast. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Sign up, get the bonus content, patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. Get the bonus content. We keep going at the end of every show. You get exclusive merch. You get merch discounts. All that shit. Ad-free. Just go fucking do it. We love it. It's how you keep this show going, baby. Send in the content you find across the interweb.
The interweb.
Web. Including anything and petty beef. You get in a fight with somebody and you're like, this is so dumb. Send it to us. We'll decide. Hey guys at canyoudon'tpodcast.com.
We'll decide how dumb it is.
Yeah. We are doing lap time on the show today.
Woo.
With Uncle Zacky Poo.
That's me.
Zacky Poo Poo Fuckhead.
Oh.
Sorry.
Is that my new nickname?
Nah, it's just a callback to the text exchange we had earlier. I just thought it was funny to be mean. All right, what are we talking about?
We're talking about, you guys know about Occam's razor and Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a few of those. So we're going to talk about principles, laws, heuristics, that kind of stuff.
We're going to stretch our brains.
Yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. Yeah.
Sorry.
That was, fuck yeah. We have new merch. Go check that out. Go pick it up. I did email Mike before we started recording today to see if he got the gift that we sent. Unfortunately, did not hear back, so we don't get to share the pictures this week. But and we are recording quite a few episodes in advance because of moving shit. So you guys will find out maybe in 2026 what we sent Mike. Promise, it was great. What?
Who the fuck does Murphy think he is anyway?
Just
right?
Making his own laws.
Shitty laws, too. Damn.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Anyway, I feel like Murphy would be like Trump when he's in his. He just makes a law and he shows everybody.
He's like, you guys see how cool my signature is?
He's like, check that out.
That is a nice signature, Mr. President.
We don't have to harp on this, but have you ever watched Trump sign his name? How weird it is.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm referencing.
He's like,
it is bold. It is there.
But he doesn't
takes his
write
time.
it. It's like he pushes the pen. He doesn't write it. He pushes it.
Yep.
He goes like whoop whoop.
It's just like a regular marker, but he's dipping it in ink. You're like, sir, we are so far past.
It kind of feels that way.
We're past the have to push and scoot the feather pen. Damn, that's a good sound.
It is a good sound.
Wow. Impressive.
That actually,
what are you drawing
it kind of
on?
makes
Wood?
me sound like the old days when they would write. It's just a
wow. Damn. What does it say?
That's like one of those sad, I'd just scribble.
You're just drawing a dick?
Yeah. What if that's how he signed all of his things?
Just a penis?
He's like, this law is instituting Sharia law.
And penis. Anyway, see you later. See you guys on X. All right, let's move on. Let's get the show rolling. Zach!
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
That was a bit
I
much.
was not ready for that.
You turned real quick.
I know. But as soon as I knew it was like he wasn't going to be pushing the button, I just held the scream.
Well done. Thanks for covering for me.
I know, that was like a Zach at home for dinner from your mom.
That's
type
literally
deal.
what I heard all the time.
Zach!
Yeah.
Time for dinner!
Yeah.
Mom,
Mom, I'm doing a handlebar spin. I'm giving Jason a ride on my pigs.
Jason. Everybody knew a Jason.
Did Jason come over for dinner? We don't have enough spaghetti.
Right.
There's always enough spaghetti. Okay.
You know Jason and I's mom are feuding. You know that.
She can make her own spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
This came out of my brain. Would you rather have one arm that is an entire foot longer than your other arm? I think Cassie and I were holding hands, and my brain was like, dude, if I had longer arms, it'd be a disaster. Like, thankfully, I think I'm 5'9", 5'9" and something if I want to be a dick about it.
5'9" and a quarter.
And she's 5'6" and 5'6" and something if she wants to be a dick about it. But our hands, like they line up when you're walking. And I was like, what if it was too long or too short? Like, somebody has to make an adjustment. That's what a pain in the ass.
Your arm is like bent.
So that's where that came from. An entire foot. So put your arm out and put a foot on it.
Yeah.
Like not a half foot, not a couple inches, an entire foot.
Wait.
What are you doing over there?
I'm just trying to measure how long. How would I do that?
I don't know.
Wait. So
have you tried converting it to football fields?
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be about like that. Yeah. I mean, it'd be great for some things. Yeah. I can't reach the light switch.
Can't wait to talk about it. So, foot longer than the other arm, or not be able to close your eyes. So you can blink, okay, but physically you can't keep them closed.
So when you try to go to sleep, you just can't.
Or put a mask on. Yeah, people sleep with their eyes open. Like you would acclimate.
James Hetfield.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's one eye.
That's one eye.
That's half the would you rather. Okay. Sleep with one arm longer.
More arm to grip your pillow tight.
Yeah, you can blink. So you can moisturize. Because I knew that was going to come up. That's why I added that little caveat, right? Because you're like, well, fucking your eyes would dry out, and then of course I want a longer arm. No.
I actually never even thought of that.
You can moisture.
Clear
everything's
eyes.
fine. But outside of that, like something terrible's happened. Something's terrible is happening, and you're like, oh my God, like you just want to close your eyes.
Look away.
It's super bright out. You're the only guy at the beach like this.
It's so kind of like, is it Clockwork Orange?
Sure.
Is that Zach?
That's the right movie, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Where they pry their eyes open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're basically like that?
Yeah.
Also, MK Ultra in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
They did it for real.
They did a different experiment.
It was really bad.
Yeah, so there's certain things that you couldn't do. I mean, kissing. Kissing.
Like a first date, you're going for the kiss and your eyes are just...
But you have a couple blinks, you're like... But outside of that, your eyes, I think, are like just on you. They're open. Like squinting that's a cheat. Like they have to just be like this at all times.
Like not like you're prying them open, but they're just open.
They're just
right?
open.
Like you're like regular open.
Just a deadpan stare is what your eyes are.
Like all the time.
Yeah, but you can blink them.
So I'd just be like,
yeah, that'd be you. That's you all the time. Or you got one arm. It's just a foot longer.
It's my bowling arm.
Because, not being able to close your eyes, like, that's a big deal. That sucks.
It's my shot
Like
blocking arm.
like something bright happens and you're just like...
the eclipse. Yeah. Don't look at the eclipse.
Don't have a choice.
You could rapidly blink, right?
Sure.
God,
go ahead and give it a go.
No, thanks.
I didn't know until I just started doing that how I need to work out my eyelids more because I can only blink for so long until they start getting a little tired and slow down. That's even worse,
dude.
Than having your eyes open. It hurts,
dude. I think that's like
that
might be seizure.
Yeah, seizure inducing.
Like I just did it quite a bit. That was fucked.
Strobe effect.
Because but the lights that we have in here, we have.
Lights.
They're light lights.
Yeah, it's like studio lights.
So it was like, and then there's I'm staring right at a fucking neon clock, and that was tripping me up.
Okay.
Oh.
So you mentioned benefits of having an arm a foot longer, and you went right to light switch, which I think is.
You ever been in the toilet?
What?
Or like,
yes, I've used
I
the
forgot
toilet.
to turn the fan on. You're like, God damn it! I'm like, sometimes I have to like grab stuff to like. Flip the fan on.
Really?
Yeah. If I forget to turn it on, because it's just far enough. But with this, I'd just be like.
So you would take lifelong. You would take lifelong. Which arm are you going to pick? I mean, I'm left-handed. When I'm writing, oh my God, what a disgusting human you are! Bending your foot-long armor.
Armor would suck.
Custom made.
Yeah.
Your tailored suit costs a little bit more.
Do you remember Back to the Future 2?
How come my suit's $100 more? Because your fucking left arm is a foot longer. That's why. Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Great suit, though. Anyway, I like to shake your hand. He's like, no thanks.
Yeah. Scoot back.
You're weirding me out.
You'd have to. You imagine like walk up to shake people's hand. You're like stopping way too far.
You're like a safe COVID distance away.
Yeah, all the time. You're COVID compliant.
Yeah.
Marty McFly, young Marty's son in Back to the Future 2, his jacket. They have those things where you push a button and it goes, woo, it dries, and then it like moves up to your perfect size. Mm-hmm. His isn't. It's just like one arm's dangling around all the time. It's about the perfect length that it would be.
Yeah, the computer just like cannot make it. Mm-hmm. Sets on fire.
So where I was going with this is like it's extra long with him, but it would be the opposite for us. Yeah. So like you put a shirt on, and this one fits perfect, and the other one's up to your elbow. Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of weird.
Yes, it would. And just like the basic thing, again, I was saying writing. So I've got my left hand and I've got another foot. Yeah. Okay. We're like, this isn't, you really have to, right now, everybody listening, put your arm out and touch your fingertips and then go a foot beyond that.
Now,
now you're writing. Like, what are you curling?
Is your whole arm a foot longer, or is it like from the elbow down to the hand? Is that an extra foot, or is it from shoulder to elbow?
I think it'd be evenly distributed.
Because that would be funny too. If your forearm was just a foot longer, like you bend your arm up here, and then your arm's up to here. Like, picture that.
Basic things, right?
I mean, jerking off. Let's see, like. Jerking off stance. Like, this is about right?
Yeah, because it reaches your dick.
Yeah, but if it's a foot longer, you're like you're up here.
You're doing a tricep curl.
Oh, that's killing my shoulder already.
See, you have to get used to it.
Have to get used
and then
to
imagine the weight of like the appendage. Like, your one arm's gonna be swole. But also just a basic thing like clapping. Right? It's I mean, so have we ever talked about this? When you clap, without me describing what I'm about to talk about, how do you clap?
Yeah, right hand on top. Okay. Kind of like clapping my right hand into my left.
One is you're not a
no. Like a two flat hand,
like a wind up monkey.
Yeah.
You're not that.
No,
because there are those people out there that bring like equal hand in. That's like standing ovation kind of. But even in that scenario, one is a little more stationary and the other one's doing the whack.
Yeah. Even like if you do a golf clap, it's like with my left hand is stable. It's firm, and then the right hand.
One's just there.
One pitches and one receives. Yeah. So if I'm clapping, it's a big old
one's the taker.
Yeah.
So
there are people that do this.
Like just clap. I know they're just like, yay!
If you see footage of like Hercules. the early 1900s, it's that really fast frame video where like
just bravo. Yeah.
I'm picturing the monkey.
Yeah, this and then it's just so much hand.
If, holding, like, let's say you're playing baseball, like arms are even. We're here, but your
elbow's hitting the backstop.
Yeah, one's here. Like you just, it's kind of like when you're holding a sword. Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some advantages, but just day to day life,
you get used to it.
I didn't know you could reach me from there.
I think you
dunk.
Yeah. You would get used to it. I like the idea.
But would everybody else that's what I'm going for.
Huh?
You would get used to it. Would everybody else get used to it?
Yeah.
Or are you just
I just love the idea of it's one day it's a switch. So you're used to this. It's not like you were born like that, so you're used to it. It's got to be an immediate switch to everything that you're used to doing. You now have a foot long extra arm.
Flong arm.
What if you just it's a foot longer, but it's actual foot too?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that would suck.
Okay, not be able to close your eyes. Yeah, there's certain things like always being shocked or like being crying. You're at a funeral and you're just like. Would you like to say a few words? You're like, yep. So walk up there.
And then you're like, you're telling a story, when we were kids, you remember cousin Jordan or whatever, and you're just like
fucking staring into their
at
soul.
her. Yeah. There's Jordan.
Just blinking sometimes. Nope.
You would look very awkward.
Sleeping. Okay, sleep mask. That's good. Dusty scenarios. Pollen.
Can you sleep with your eyes?
Storm. How crazy you would be. There's a dust storm and you're just fucking running.
Everybody run for cover.
You're just doing this with your eyes open, running through it.
In the pool.
Oh, yeah, pool. That sucks. No goggles, so that's a fix.
Yeah.
But God, man, I think that there's going to be advantages that maybe I'm not seeing right now.
Well, if you had your eyes open, you'd be able to see it.
Nice, dude.
Hey-o.
Yeah! You can't just not finish it. There it is. Zach, do you have any input on this?
Not a bit. I would use it to dunk and block shots at the YMCA.
High goals for that disability.
Yeah, just head down under the Y.
I definitely wouldn't want anything to do with the eyes open like that.
So Zach is, on average, his arm being 6'4", 5'9", 10. So you think you're 3 to 4 inches longer wingspan on one arm than I am, Zach?
This looks bad.
I don't know. That does look bad. Let's
It does.
go
Put
over
that-
here.
Okay,
It
go-
looks bad in
well,
both directions.
Imagine if my
No,
arm
mine's
was
flat.
So it's here. Imagine if it was out there like that. Like
Man,
it was
yeah,
another...
the taller you are, the extreme ups and ends of like the height spectrum. Like if you're Zach, I feel like you could hide that. But if you're Shaq and you also have a foot longer arm, that's a problem.
What if you're
If you're
a
average,
little
like
person?
you're 5'9", 5'6", exactly. But then you're like, you're vertically challenged.
You're
but
Peter
your
Dinklage.
arms a foot longer.
Just dragging on the ground.
and
But we're answering for us.
and
so.
not a Peter Dinklage foot long. It's like an actual foot long.
Yeah, it's a whole foot.
So
long.
it's a whole other arm.
it's double your
You
arm
basically
length.
doubled your arm length.
Poof. Wow.
I'd go arm.
I'm going arm instead of eye thing.
It's just about the YMCA dominance, really,
That-
for me.
That's where
You know, and that's really we have to have your heart.
Yeah.
Every decision I make is how much is this going to benefit me at the YMCA.
How do I flex on those fuckers?
Oh, the kids I could diddle at the YMCA if my arm was 1 foot longer.
from a distance, they'd never know it was me.
Diddle from a distance.
Yeah, diddle from.
Fucking Joey Distant diddle. Okay, I'm gonna pick foot longer arm too.
Diddle from a distance.
The inconveniences, I think there's going to be some top shelf advantages.
Nice. I think the idea of not being able to shut your eyes would be torture.
Okay.
Just because there's nothing better than like a long day. You're tired and you lay down in bed and you get to close your eyes and you're just like, oh. Now imagine you're like a long day. You're like, oh. And you're just, your eyes are still just
God,
open.
I love popcorn ceilings.
God. I don't.
But you'll learn how to sleep.
You will. Scientifically, I know that you can. Somebody's going to scream at me and answer this question, but like, how hard is it to fall asleep with your eyes open?
Open? Well, it depends on what you're used to. But an eye mask, again, cheat.
I think masks for all of it.
But still, like,
Goggles
even
at all
if it was
times.
dark, you could still fall asleep without your eyes being closed.
If you had to, if you're tired enough, they can sort of roll back, but your eyelids are open.
Yeah.
And then spiders would get in there. That's the only reason I close my eyes.
So spiders don't get in?
So spiders don't get in there. And to make sure I can do a no-look pass at the YMCA.
Right.
If
You
you,
get it.
I mean, if you're that worried about spiders, I would say probably the eyes thing for you.
Yeah.
Just peace of mind.
Yeah. Got to close them.
You could also squish a spider that you
Imagine
couldn't
how
reach.
well you could squish
There's
them.
a spider up on the ceiling you can't reach. You don't have to get a step stool. You just
Plus, you're adding extra force. It's just physics.
Oh, God, you're whipping that thing around. Your high fives would be supersonic.
slapping your wife on the ass in the kitchen.
Oh, boy.
Bring an extra foot.
High five, and everyone's like, no!
No,
Do you get extra size on your hand, too? So you get a bigger hand?
No. That's
Just
not part of it.
arms, arm length.
Just longer.
You know, like back in the 80s, the 70s and 80s, the old when they Steve Largent catch a touchdown, run up, high five.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
I
waiting for Zach
fucking
to chime
love
in.
Steve Largent, so yes.
So I was waiting for you to chime in. So the old jump up and high five after a touchdown. But imagine having that
You
extra
have to jump.
whiff.
Have to have a 40-inch vertical to
Yeah.
get there.
You'd have to have a fake hand strapped around your forearm that normal people could high five.
a little extendo arm.
You hit it, it has a button on it. It's like, oh, yeah. It makes the sound. It's
Yeah.
like but it's delayed. You're like, not the same satisfaction.
Yeah, the latency is a little ruin things.
All right, long arms. Next thing, Zach. Fuck.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Joe's being efficient today. You're not giving me a chance to
do anything.
Fucking ramble about something.
Ruin the show.
Well, he did do that one thing with his arm.
Oh yeah,
Both
you
did.
You already ruined it.
What did I do?
You were
nothing.
doing the
It was the
hand
Steve
out
Largent thing.
Yeah, Steve Largent, but also Nazis.
The thing that worked real good
It's
for
hard not to do when
Moscow.
you're talking about long arms. Okay.
Yeah, well, my heart goes out to you,
Oh my God.
the people listening.
Okay.
And he owns a Tesla, folks.
Without, yeah.
We got to lean into that.
Stereotype. So this is sad, and that's okay. What I'm thinking about for today's show is another commercial. I promise I'm being more active. It's just always on in the background. You believe me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do, because I know what it's like to just kind of have some noise on in the even
Yeah.
if you're not,
Yeah.
feel like you're working on the computer.
Yeah, you're packing
just-
stuff up.
Yeah,
we-
just something.
Last week we talked about it, like just watching a bunch of HGTV, like just, we're mixing it up.
See-
but I took a break from HGTV and I went back to the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm back on the Game Show Network. And I sound like just a crotchety old man. But just certain things in life make me laugh. And this is one of them, especially with like my professional background of commercial production, right? So radio for a decade, and a long and a large part of my job there was making commercials, some national, but mostly local. And you have to understand your script and what the mood is, and adjust your voice to fit the environment. Okay. There was a commercial that came on, and first of all, I'm not sure how long they think like this particular technology. I'm a little confused on how this is even a commercial, first of all. So it's a landline telephone. Right.
Yeah.
So we're already past that. Now it's a landline telephone that has closed captions on it. Okay. And the company is called Clear Captions. Great. And the idea is that you pick up the phone call, hello, and the person talking from the other side of the phone, what they're saying pops up on a little screen, so that if you are older,
Hearing impaired.
if you are still buying landlines and your ears don't work, then you can see what the other person is typing. Great. That's fine. It's helping people. It's using technology to improve your life for the life of seniors. The issue that I have is every time I see this is like the whole casting. There's a whole production involved. They spent however many tens of thousands of dollars to get this commercial made, hire these actors, and then set up a scenario that makes these grandparents be like, I need to get a Clear Captions phone. And there's one line, and lucky for you guys, it's right out the gate. And I don't know why he chose to deliver it this way, but it's
Interesting choice by the actor.
It's fucking amazing. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play it for you guys
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today.
Oh, that's great.
right here.
What position did you play?
What position did you play? Hi, grandson.
Hello, real grandson.
Blood
Starting
of my
at
blood.
grandson.
Oh, I played baseball today.
Hello, real grandson. It's real grandpa. What position did you play? In the way, it's the way it's cut. It's grandpa, grandma. They've been clearly spending a lot of time in the sun because they're retired. So it's two tan seniors.
And they're both hanging out in the kitchen.
And there's nothing whiter than his teeth.
Let's see that again. Can you pull that up on the screen?
Sure can.
I just want to see his teeth. Well, oh, God.
Oh, yeah. There's some
Those
color
are not
correction
real.
there.
Okay, so
Those
here we
aren't
go.
real.
That's great.
What position did you play?
Nice cardigan, too,
And it goes on to say, right, hold on.
First base.
That's what Grandpa used to play.
That's what I used to play.
Look at this guy.
I did play.
That's what grandpa used to play.
Oh,
Did you do a big play? Did you hit a baseball ball? Did you hit the ball really far? Real grandson.
Real grandson.
Real grandson, what position did you play?
Did you have a fun time playing baseball today?
Did you
on
have
the
a
field diamond?
Did you have a baseball mitt that had the leather on it that you could catch the baseball, grandson? Joe. And the fucking, I just picture the people shooting it. Obviously, fake kitchen, fake people selling a clear captions telephone.
Yeah.
Right? And he's walking up there. He has, again, if you're not watching the video version, he has a coffee mug that's as white as his fucking teeth.
They were like, we can't have logos on anything in this house.
No one wants to be tied to this shit.
I remember when I played
what position
baseball.
did you play? And he puts his hand on the back of fake grandma with his coffee mug, and he leans over the shoulder to the clear captions phone and goes, what position did you play? And then they have overdubbed grandson being like, I actually played first base. That's what your grandpa used to play. I know, but before we had clear captions telephone, I never would have knew what my grandson was playing. Gosh, I can sure see well today. Baseball game. But wow, there's strikes and balls. Am I right, grandson? What position did you say you played? The clear caption telephone said first place. Did you play Blaze?
Yeah. That must be a typo.
That must be a typo on the clear captions telephone. But the guy filming it, right? Yeah. He's like, okay, he's like, you have one line. And he goes, he's talking normal.
I got it.
He's like, I'm gonna kill it because it's not that hard.
All I gotta do is just say it.
He's like, and the phone will have my lines on it. Mm-hmm. So I just have to read the phone. He's like, okay. He goes, okay. So he just comes up there and goes, all right, action. Hello, grandson. What position did you play? Cut.
No.
Jesus.
Say it like you said it a minute ago.
Like this. What position did you play?
Yeah, yes, say it like that, like a human would say it.
Like a human would. Okay, put it on. And he just goes, what position would you play?
Cut. Jesus Christ.
He goes, we need more like authenticity. He's like, so louder? What position did you play? No
more inflection, like it's just rolling off your tongue, like you just like say it, say it.
What position did you play? No, where the fuck did we get this guy? BeRollActors.com. Fuck!
Sure do love my job.
What color are you using? Crest white strips, grandson. How white are your teeth today?
This is the voice I used in the Crest white strips. It's going to work perfect.
This will fit right over here into clear captions telephone. Just fuck off.
There's nothing in my coffee cup.
What position did you play? And I loved it so much, it's now a hotkey.
What position did you play?
Yeah.
God damn.
Welcome to the family.
What position did you play?
It feels like it needs a little more body to it.
What? Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
What position did you play? 99.2 KPFM. What position did you play? Playing all the non-stop hits.
Now back
Brand
to the baseball.
New banger.
Brought to you by Crest White Strips.
Brought to you by Mariners Baseball.
Brand new
refused to lose.
I think it's a sound.
What position did you play?
What position
did you roll
play?
the commercial just from the? I just want to see her how she.
Oh, you want to see what she's doing?
Yeah, I just want to.
First base.
That's my grandpa
Did you play?
First today.
Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base.
That's what my grandpa used to play.
When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
And then right then, before he starts talking, I want so bad for him to be like, what? Because she's not a clear captions telephone.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But he can hear her clearly right now. Yeah.
He looked like
he just goes, what?
He looks like Mr. Rogers.
He does. I mean,
when he's sitting on the couch.
Difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear
friends and family.
Have you applied for the friends and family discount?
She's killing it though. She's seasoned.
Yeah, she's in there.
How is the rest of the commercial? How long is it? Is it a long
We're
one?
not watching a minute-long clear captions fucking commercial. Just every time it comes on, it goes, I played I just go, fuck. And then, of course, I do this. I turn and peek up. What position did you play? Do you know why they call it a diamond? Grandson.
How often do they play this? A lot?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do like, I've watched certain channels, like you'll be watching fucking Hulu or one of those things, and there's someone they're really pounding a product, and they'll play the ad over and over again. So you'll see the same fucking ad over and over for like a week.
Yeah.
Is that what this is like?
It comes and goes in waves. Yeah. I mean, you don't always need a clear captions telephone, and they understand that.
They probably thought they hit this commercial out of the park.
Yeah. What position did you play?
Real home run with this one.
You get it. Anyway,
except they struck out.
I just had to bring that in.
What position did you play?
Because it just doesn't, especially if you're talking to a kid. Oh, you played baseball today? What position did you play? What position did you play? Fuck you, Grandpa.
Are you okay, Grandpa?
Across the screen, it says, fuck you, Grandpa. Can you talk to me like you love me and not like an announcer? For a Sixers basketball game? Oh, real grandson.
Real grandson. Definitely my grandson.
Oh my gosh, grandson. It feels like I haven't seen you in years. Baseball diamond.
Do you have any chest hair yet, grandson?
Grandson. If you played shortstop, you'd have chest hair, grandson.
First base is for pussies.
For pussies. Hey, that's why I played it.
Hey.
Have you whitened your teeth today, grandson?
Those have to be what are they called?
What?
The fake teeth
veneers.
Those have to be veneers. There's no way those are real.
Well, look out, real grandson. When I was playing first place playing baseball catch, a ball hopped off the dirt and hit me right in the teeth. And now I have these veneers. And it just pivots to a veneers commercial. Call now, get 3 veneers for free. Oh, wow. Look at these pearly whites, grandson.
Caught it double play.
Double play, triple baseball, huh? Diamond. They called it diamond because of the shape, grandson. Is grandma there? She's right here. Why? Can I talk to her? Yep. You sure can. Good job at the baseball game today.
One of my favorite things with commercials in general is when they, or even with movies, like some like old romantic comedy from like the early 2000s, when it's like a cowboy, but it's like, it's obviously like a male model. They threw terrible cowboy clothes on.
It's got some wish something.
And it's just not
You're a cowboy
what a real cowboy should be at all. That's just that anytime they try to be something they're not, and if they're a bad actor, it's so cringy and
like
funny.
This guy trying to be a grandpa?
Yeah, like trying to be a grandpa.
I mean, I was hesitant to apply for this role. I'm not even a real grandpa.
He's dedicated his entire life to acting and never had a family.
I had 2 kids. They both died in a plane accident.
Grandson.
So I've always wanted a grandson. I've just never had one, especially one that's played baseball.
Your face.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to have grandchildren. Both my kids died in a plane accident. Ha ha ha. Wow. But I think this role's great for me.
Web.
This is my big break.
Wow.
He's going to get a radio gig out of it, too.
He's going to get fucking fired.
Oh.
The only way they're selling me is because insurance covers them.
I have a video that I did a couple years ago. It's about infomercials and the overacting in the infomercials.
It's awesome.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's so funny. That's how they are." And like that's what you're supposed.
Thanks. That's why I made it.
That's what you're supposed to think. But then every single time I share it, someone will be like, you know, they make those like that because they're meant to sell, they're targeting elderly people and they need to explain it however they do it. And it's just like,
you just write back, no.
Yeah. Like, dude,
you strike, nope.
No shit. I realize why they're like that.
No. And also that's not why they do that. So shut the fuck up. That's not at all why they do it. You don't pull a hose out and go and drop on the floor because of fucking old people. Old people, no. They do it because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's cartoonized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's made to be like a fucking, like, what? And hopefully your brain is mush and you don't realize that's not real life.
The woman with trying to talk on the phone and do the dishes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah. And then you're,
oh my God, I forgot how to hold a dish because I'm old.
And the phone falls in the dishes and everything.
Hands on the hips. Oh, no.
What am I going to do now?
Get the new flip phone.
It's one of those, it's the clip that holds the phone on their head.
Order now, get a free veneer.
These are expensive.
One free veneer.
That won't fall in the sink. Dishwasher safe veneers.
Do your veneers fall in the toilet?
Fall in the toilet
when you're trying to take a urine?
When you're hiding and jerking it as an old man? No? Then change the channel. Hi, I'm Bob from Clear Captions commercial.
You'll remember me from this commercial. What position did you play?
Oh.
What position did you play?
Trust that guy. All right, moving off to Dick. Fuck old people. Let's go!
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's Dick.
I'm still 39 years old, so I can say that. Yeah, I'm going to be an old guy real soon.
Zach's pushing it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
You feeling it?
Not really.
Oh. I think you look great for 61.
Thank you.
I'm 42 years old.
Real story. So this is funny, and this article happened to just pop up after a personal experience that I'll share with you guys. But just imagine this little motherfucker. Just something you can't really do anything about, fucking up your town. So one pesky woodpecker has terrorized 25 cars and counting. also, who's counting? The guy out on his porch is like, 22,
25 will be a nice round number.
Holy shit, 25 cars and counting in a Massachusetts town. Oh my goodness. So
there's a whole massive fucking cart.
A seaside Massachusetts town is being overwhelmed by vehicular vandalism, with at least 24 vehicles attacked since March. The suspect is described as wearing black and white while sporting a red hat. Journalism at its finest.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's about 2 feathery feet tall. That's right. He's a bird, specifically a woodpecker in heat. Just trying to fuck something.
Yeah. How about this window?
How about this window? What position did you... What kind of mirror did you break? The call of the wild can lead to hostile and sometimes destructive actions by the local fauna. And it becomes more noticeable in areas where people also reside. Thank you. So that's journalism at its worst. So what we started with was like journalism that was fun and light. And then the next one was condescending and insulting.
Mm-hmm.
To like make sure that we understood this type of behavior is really cool unless it's fucking up your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, journalist. In Rockport, Massachusetts, a wild and wildlife that is destroying car mirrors has been identified as a pleated woodpecker. Good for him.
Wild and wildlife.
Yep. See, back to journalism at its finest. Rockport resident Janelle Favaloro told People, I'm guessing the magazine, it's underlined, that she caught the pleated pest in the act and shared her findings in a neighborhood Facebook group, likely one of the first to realize who the car culprit was. Favalors, I'm just going to call her Mrs. F. There's been a vandal breaking vehicle mirrors. He is described as 18 to 24 inches tall, wearing black and white with a red hat. Huh. She gets it. So neighbors reacted, commenting that they too found their vehicle mirrors broken.
You too?
The funny part is, in a second, but had been stumped as to what the cause was, right? Got it. So it became a viral neighborhood thing, said Mrs. V. Then we realized that he was basically canvassing the whole top of the hill we live on. It's pretty wooded up here, so he has claimed this as his territory. So here's what I think. Which is even funnier. It's like you picture the scene from like Silence of the Lambs. Like, you fuck me. So he's breaking mirrors because he's so fucking horny that he wants to fuck himself. And he's just pecking the shit out of mirrors.
I fuck me.
He's like, I fuck me. Brr, and just fucking blowing up mirrors. Like you picture imagine getting, if your little town was seriously attacked by woodpeckers. Isn't that kind of scary?
A little bit.
But why? Like they're not doing anything wrong, but like you're just walking around and every little like.
Well, you've seen birds, haven't you?
Yeah. Yep.
You ever been buzzed by a bird?
Yep.
Yeah. It makes every part of your body like freak out. You get
The fact that they
bumps.
can dive down, get you, and then fly off,
And you have no idea,
unsettling.
and you didn't see it coming.
Like
you didn't
shit
see
on
it
you?
going. Yeah. They're just out of there. But funny thing that happened here, this was like a couple weeks ago, is it was early morning. We were just getting our day started here. And Cassie was still in bed, and I got up to take a poop.
Okay.
A morning poop. And I'm pooping, and it's just us. The kids aren't there, so door is open. But we also had a lot of scheduled work that was like, it's hard for me to remember exactly when people are coming over to work on things, right?
Yep.
So we had to get like a section of the sewer main replaced. We had to get some mold removed. We talked about Mr. Mold and Mr. Poop. And all these people, they're coming over to fix some stuff. And I didn't remember exactly when they were coming to take a look.
Is the mold guy or the poop guy coming? I don't know.
I don't know. And are they coming to take a look, or are they actually here to fix things?
Or take a poop.
You get it. And so I'm sitting there and I'm taking a poop, and I hear what sounds like a jackhammer, like a distant jackhammer, just going. And I'm sitting there. I have the fan on in the bathroom. I'm like, that's weird. And then again, just.
That metal clank.
And so I reach over and I turn the fan off, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
See, if you had a foot longer arm, it wouldn't be quite as reach.
I could have fucking probably opened the front door.
Yeah.
And then it happens again. And then Cassie goes, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, I was about to say the same thing. Courtesy flush. And it is just like, it just kept going and going. It literally sounded like somebody was in the street in front of her house using a jackhammer. And I went out there and I was looking through the blinds out the front door, naked with probably toilet paper in my butt. And I'm standing there looking out. And then right behind me, so loud, he goes, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I peek out the other window, and there's a cat sitting there looking up at the top of our chimney in our front yard, like, doing a little butt wiggle, like I'm gonna fuck this thing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's a woodpecker. And it's pecking on the metal tube that goes into our chimney, which vents obviously right into the living room.
Yeah.
He's trying to lower the resale value.
Yep.
Fucking bitch.
Yep. And it was so loud and so, it was scary. It was like enough to basically wipe your poop up and go figure out.
Oh, yeah.
If someone's like, what the fuck's going on?
Is there a guy on the roof with a fucking jackhammer?
With a jackhammer, because that's concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that shouldn't be there.
No. We hired Mr. Poop and Mr. Moss. We didn't hire Mr. Jackhammer on the roof.
No.
He shouldn't be up there until Wednesday.
Mr. Mold guy was here earlier. He's gone.
Yeah. Mr. Poop.
Can't be poop guy.
It can't be him. So where did we schedule Mr. Jackhammer on the roof?
So like Fiddler on the roof?
Yeah. And then he did a couple more.
If I had a jackhammer.
A couple more jackhammers. I reached in there and I shook the pipe, and then
Scared him off?
he's gone. Him and the cat both gone. So
They both fucked off.
but I get
Moved
it.
on to the next
I
house.
get the excitement around that. But isn't that? I mean, that is frustrating when wildlife like fucks up your personal stuff, because what are you supposed to do about it?
Yeah. There's not, it's not like the neighbor's doing it. You can call the police and be like, dude, fucking guys.
Jim knew better.
He's taking a dump on my porch.
Yep.
And they're like, dude, you can't just go to his porch and take a dump.
Yep.
You can't do that.
Nope.
But what happens if birds fly around and shit all over the place? You're like, what if you call the cops?
Like a fucking elk gets caught in your fence, rips it down. What do you?
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's getting called to fence court in that situation.
Just picturing an elk in a suit and tie, just sitting in the fucking courtroom. Do you know what you did? Moo. What? Guilty.
He's got little chains on his feet.
Guilty. Mount him on the wall.
Cling, cling, cling.
God.
Mount him on the
Tiny
wall.
steps. Anyway, just so this scene and the frustration, I 100% get that. But I have another story that I want to bring to your attention here. And this is what I would like to maybe say is the saddest story that I've read all year. Roombas fill an emotional vacuum for owners.
Uh-oh.
What?
Are you ready for this?
We're lonely.
Yes. This might be it. So they give them nicknames, worry when they signal for help, and sometimes even treat them like a help. Stairs, help. What carpet did you suck up today?
Help!
Yep. And even treat them like a trusted pet. A new study shows how deeply some Roomba owners become attached to the robotic vacuum and suggests there's a measure of public readiness to accept robots in the house, even flawed ones.
So when we got rid of, so our other one kind of was pooping out, and when we went to throw it away, I told him, I was like, I kind of feel bad doing this, and we put in the garbage, and I actually said out loud, I was like, thanks, buddy, for cleaning the house. Like,
thanks for everything, dude.
Yeah, actually, because it'll start up and just go do its thing, and then it's just like you're walking around the house, and it's just like, oop, let me get out of your way.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad for being here.
Yeah.
You're just trying to do your job.
Yeah, I set the time for you to do this.
Yeah.
I'm in the way.
He goes on to say they're more willing to work with a robot that does have issues because they really, really like it, said Becky Grittner, an associate professor of Georgia's Tech College of Computing. It sort of begins to address more concerns. If we can design things that are somewhat emotionally engaging, it doesn't have to be as reliable.
That is not the lesson here.
Fuck.
Businesses that
So we
make
can make a
things.
shitty product as long as you get attached to it.
Not the lesson. Fuck.
My goodness.
Don't you want to? But if you were making Roombas, wouldn't you want it to kind of poop out and then so you have to buy a new one? Like I don't think I'd want my Roomba stuck in the house and people like can't get rid of it.
Picturing people like the Roomba is put in a solid 2 years of work, and then you just bring it out like to a parking lot to set it free.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you're free, buddy.
It's in Roomba.
And it's like, help. You're like, nope, you've done enough for me.
Yeah,
you're on your own, buddy. And like you're at night, you're looking out in the parking lot, and it's fucking bouncing around on the rocks.
Oh my god.
I mean, I get it. Like anyway, so Grittner decided to study that the devices after she saw online pictures of people dressing up their Roombas. The dish-shaped, self-directed vacuum is made by Burlington. Because I put gigantic, like googly eyes on our Roomba, but I thought it was funny. I didn't love it.
Yeah,
I didn't be like, listen, we're gonna have dinner before the Roomba's done working. No, that never crossed my mind. The second that thing fucking acted up, is out of there.
I've had a weird.
It started beeping in the middle of the night. Fucking trash can
you
for
beep
sure.
once, you're gone.
Get the fuck out of here.
So when I was a kid, I would hold sentimental value to like just any inanimate object. So if I would be like, I played baseball, played football, whatever in the backyard.
What position did you play?
I was quarterback.
What position
today.
did you play?
Every time we talk about sports.
What position did you play?
For sure.
So no,
did you
I would
play?
be laying in bed. It's dark. I'm like laying in bed, and then I would remember that the football, I left it out by the back of the gate or whatever. And I would sometimes get up and go in the backyard and grab it and bring it up by the door.
But isn't that because you wanted the object to remain healthy and in good condition?
No, it was
because you loved it.
No, it wasn't because it was like I felt bad that it was out there.
This article's about?
It was like I felt bad that it was out there by itself. So even now, so like if like a shoe is sitting over by itself, sometimes I'll grab it and just like throw it in with the other ones just so it's not by itself.
It's so easy to anthropomorphize things. That's how I am with my cars and shit too.
Yeah.
I just want it to be included with the other ones and not feel like it's left out.
Yeah, so that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. So I relate. That's why I told you I was like, thanks, buddy. Thanks for all that hard work you did.
Well,
cleaning
prepare
his
for
floors.
shittier products.
How do you reward a Roomba for doing a good job? Throw more dirt on the floor?
Feed it more, yeah.
Crush up some Cheetos in front of it, and you're like, good boy.
Do you feel like, do you ever ask Siri something, and then when they say it, you're like, thank you?
Oh, yeah.
Because you feel like it's...
didn't I show you guys? I just recently discovered this with at least Alexa, is that if you tell her to do something, and if you do an excited fuck yeah back, it goes, woohoo! Didn't I show you guys that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually an article about ChatGPT and Grok that it's not wasting, but they're using a ton of energy just to respond to people saying, thank you, Grok.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, how
having
are
manners.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And they're just like, dude, just be a dick. It doesn't care.
Yeah.
Tell it what you want and get gone.
Well, I mean, that goes back to, we've talked about this before in video games, where it's like, I know it's a video game and you can be a bad person in the video game, but for some reason, I'm still like, no, I want to be the nice guy, even though it's programmed to accept it either way.
And that carries over to you waking up when you can't sleep to bring a football inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot. Like I will do that same thing. Tools, football, like sporting equipment. But like for me, it's like I don't want it to get damaged and I don't want it to get stolen. You love it and you think it has feelings.
That's like high empathy is what it is.
Yeah.
Is it?
So guess what, Brian? Not a psycho.
I don't know. I think we have to do a lap time on this. I think Brian needs to have a little more like bro time.
All right.
He needs us. He needs us so that he can connect to us and not footballs and shoes.
But this is why I've always done that though.
You put the football down, it turns around with a big old mouth. It's like, thank you, Brian.
We'll say, like in my head, that's what it looks like.
It was cold out there. Thank you.
Yeah.
You must care about footballs. What position did you play?
Yeah, it's not as bad anymore, but I still do it every once in a while. And I don't know when it started or how it started, but I just
where it's gonna go.
Yeah. But I mean, so you can imagine when it's like real living things, how much harder it is.
If I go to your fucking second wedding and you're marrying a football, I swear to God.
I don't have feelings like that. I don't want to fuck it or marry it. I just feel bad that it's out there by itself.
Ryan, would you fuck a football if you could?
I mean, it depends on what's inside.
What position did you play?
Okay, so
what position would you play?
But the sadness part of this is like imagining someone who's really lonely. Their Roomba is dressed up and they're just sitting on the couch and they're like, oh God, I just got to get out there. Like, Roomba, what do you want to do tonight? And it's just like, you just want turn left if you want to stay in.
Yeah, I feel. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll work on our social skills tomorrow.
I feel like staying in though too. So
you're doing a good job, by the way. With like a little dress hat, little fedora, going around. You're like, God, I love you.
I mean, you put eyes on something though, and that changes it too.
Yep. Yep. The idea of designing robots to be faulty, like, doesn't that also seem a little weird? Like, let's say it's inevitable. The next stage, huge advancement. We have a bunch of things on the horizon, right? We have drones delivering shit. That's going to be huge. We have cars that are 100% automated, and you get to fuck off and work and do whatever you want while you're also traveling. That's going to be huge. And then robots in the household is going to be bigger than probably all of those as far as like the impact on economy. Like just trillions of dollars is what the robot industry, like personal robot world is going to become. There's no way it's not going to, right? You have something that does all the shit you don't want it to do. I don't want that thing to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to like sometimes break a dish.
Mm-hmm.
like
you break it one dish, you're gone.
Dude, what's the next model? Is there a firmware update? But to this idea
less
that like
fat, 50% less fat in the next one.
The idea that the Roomba makes mistakes and that makes you care about it, I don't buy that. I wish it would just fucking know what it was doing. Like it's a robot.
We can
like,
empathize though. We can.
There's empathy, but it's also like I'm buying you to do a job. So if the Roomba sucks, I'm not going to keep using it and care more about it. So I don't know where like all the findings of Dr. whatever her name was. I don't
Kevorkian.
I don't think
Kevorkian.
Yeah, I don't think that is where I'm going. Like I don't want my Roomba to fuck up. It fucks up and I have to deal with it. Like I'm still like I get it and I understand the attachment and caring about things, but just because it makes mistakes doesn't make me have an emotional attachment to it.
Doesn't that make you kind of frustrated that they probably that's going on with things already? It's like we built it to malfunction sometimes, so you end up buying a new one or whatever. You know, it's like
a robot's doing the dishes, it's kicking ass, but like every month for no reason you're watching it, and it grabs a cup out and just goes. It doesn't have to make the mistake, and it just throws it into the living room, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a silly robot." That's exactly what a human would do.
Mm-hmm. Even robots can get a little fucking flustered every once in a while.
You can start throwing your shit around.
Sometimes I feel like throwing a glass, so I get it.
Yeah, but you don't.
Start giving the robot anxiety medication.
There is a thing called planned obsolescence that companies do, which is planning to make things that will break over time so you buy more later.
Yeah, motors.
Yeah, all
car
sorts
motors.
of shit, phones, everything.
Yeah.
It's really dirty and crap.
Or whatever Apple got in trouble for, purposely
That's it.
making a shitty fucking update so that everyone bought new phones.
That's the most famous one.
That's a good one. We all knew it too.
Yeah, we did.
And I still bought another Apple.
But we're all conspiracy theorists when we said so.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's interesting. We're going to do some more brain talk stuff. Are you ready for lap time, Zach?
Any more brain busters?
All right, I'll fill in for you doing this while you do that. Go.
Hey, little chitrons, why don't you come take a seat on Uncle Zacky's lap?
Gather around, boys and girls. It's lap time with Uncle Zach.
Sit on my lap, you little shits.
Why'd you just look at me so
That
weird?
was because that was like the same note.
Oh.
He went, and it went right into the song. It was like,
gotcha.
Damn.
That's a hell of a scream you got there, too. Or whoever did that.
No, that was me.
What position did you play?
All right, Zachy Poo, what do we got, buddy?
All right, you guys ready to learn some shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. I've got a lot of these, so hopefully we get to most of them, because these are pretty interesting. And as your uncle, I want to, share
wanna make
some
sure
things that might
you're-
be useful.
Yeah, you're sharing things with us that our parents wouldn't.
That's right.
That's what uncles do.
So you guys
Especially their semen.
well, more chocolate and
baseball
cards.
Playboys.
Oh, you're a good uncle.
Maybe, yeah, Playboys.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys have heard of Occam's
Chocolate
razor?
and Playboys?
Enjoy that.
That's literally my
nephew.
grandpa.
What kind of issue did you jerk off to today? Did you see the centerfold, real grandson?
I totally did. That was actually my grandpa. What a great grandpa. Occam's razor. You guys have heard of that, I'm sure. Yep. We're going to do a couple that we've heard of and then a bunch that we haven't, probably.
Okay.
Okay, but you guys will probably get the concepts because they're part of our daily lives. But
Okay.
All right, Occam's razor. When faced with competing explanations, choose the simplest one that accounts for all the facts, as it's more likely to be correct. Mm-hmm. It's a nice principle to use because people...
It is.
So it's like the example would be if your car won't start, assume the battery is dead, the simplest thing, rather than a complex engine failure that might be,
Or that
no
shitty
evidence.
kid down the street came over and fucked with your car.
Right. It's probably the simplest thing.
Mm-hmm.
But cars are complicated, so.
My brain likes to go to the more complicated thing.
Mine too. That's why Occam's razor is good to remember. Where it's like, maybe it's not that vast conspiracy with the lizard people. Maybe it's just people are cunts.
I bet you detectives have to remind themselves of this all the time.
All the time, yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of, I have a pain over here, and I go to, I'm having a heart attack or a stroke, and it's like, it's probably just a little indigestion.
You got a Cheeto stuck in your artery.
Yeah.
What was I don't even know if this relates, but it just reminded me of this for no reason. But like talking about Occam's razor is like the complexity of relationships and people, right? And I was watching a show, I don't remember the name of it, but there was a part of it that talked about like everyone is born alone, dies alone, and then in between we lie to each other. And I just thought that was so darkly funny.
It's pretty close to accurate, I'd say.
Yeah, you're born alone, you die alone, and in between we all lie to each other.
Optimistic.
Pretty sadistic, but so good.
Optimistic.
I know, it's so funny.
That person's not a fan of human beings.
I know. Anyway, when it comes to that type of stuff, yeah, the simplest. So it's like, well, I don't know. Like that sometimes is a really good answer. When someone's like, well, why this? And you're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because you're hiding. It's like, no, I just fucking don't know.
It's okay to say you don't know things.
Yes,
yeah.
it is. It
It's
doesn't mean
okay.
I'm hiding everything.
Right. All right. Murphy's Law. You guys know this one too. The official explanation is anything that can go wrong will go wrong, often at the worst possible time. Emphasizes planning for worst case scenarios. So people that take Murphy's Law into account are never surprised, really, because they're like, oh, the power went out on our show. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen because it was part of my list of things I'd stressed about.
Of course it did.
What a pessimistic approach to life.
It is. I never really look at things like that. I'm a lot more optimistic.
And that's
But then I get blindsided by things, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
no.
but also that's life.
Yeah, for sure.
Life is full of so much more bad than good if that's what you're looking for. Like, it's like, what's an example? A dam. Let's think about a dam. One that holds water. Okay.
Or goddamn.
So I was just walking around downtown Spokane last night. By the way, it's fucking roaring. You guys should go check it out. It's awesome.
I drove through it today.
It's so cool. Like, it's at that point right now. If you're from this area, which all three of you are that are listening, the majority of you guys are not from here, but there's a bridge, Monroe Street Bridge, and the waterfalls are below it. And at certain times of the year, it's crashing so hard the mist will come up and hit the cars.
It's pretty cool.
On the top of the bridge, that's like, 200 feet, 300 feet above that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's going on right now. What I'm saying is a dam. And you're like, yeah, well, it's like, well, yeah, because we also fucking built it. And it's concrete. So yes, if we account for the other 99.999999999% of the time, nothing did go wrong. Eventually something is. It's like, yeah, but that's also pretty successful. It's like eventually the dam's going to break and then everyone down here is going to die. It's like, yeah, well, fucking, we know that. Mm-hmm. It's not Murphy's Law. Now that's what I'm getting at. It's like, if it can't, it's like, yeah, but a lot of times it's going okay. Like, it doesn't mean it's going to go wrong. If I take this and I put the Rubik's Cube on the table, you're not going to, the worst thing that could happen, Brian, is you're going to stand up and you're going to fall. And if the Rubik's Cube wasn't there, it wasn't going to hit your temple. And then you're going to bleed out on the studio floor.
It's almost like you can use Occam's razor for Murphy's Law a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, no, shit like that just happens. And I guess if you look out 100 billion years of Brian standing up from that table and over his computer bag, he could trip and fall and hit his temple on that. But if it doesn't happen, is Murphy's Law broken? What if he hits his temple right next to it on the corner of the iPad?
I don't know. We got to change it to another.
That's
Irish
what I'm saying. I don't get it.
We need an O'Malley's Law.
If something bad can happen, the net is too wide.
We stress a lot. I mean, a lot of people have anxiety because we're thinking about all those things.
I know it's a very terrible, sad way to go through life.
A lot of people, it's very self-centered view too. They're like, well,
of course that would happen.
I got shot in the head with an arrow and I survived, so that means X, that someone was looking out for me or whatever. It's like, well, sometimes an arrow can just miss you it can miss your nerve by a couple millimeters. You know, it can just happen. The 9 other people that got shot in the head with an arrow all died. You didn't, and it was because it just maybe missed. Mm-hmm. It didn't happen for it's not like it.
It's divine purpose.
Yeah, it was like it was supposed to. Well, what about the 9 other people that died?
Right. We live in a complicated place.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one that you guys will probably understand this one from doing it, but it's called Parkinson's Law.
I thought you were going to say masturbating.
It's masturbation law. The more you jerk it, the better at jerking it you get.
The more you jerk it, the more it jerks you.
Yeah.
That's what my dad used to say.
I was just going to say
What position did you play?
So this one is work expands to fill the time available for its completion, leading to inefficiency if too much time is allocated. So a report due that in a month or something that takes 30 days to finish, but if you gave it a week, you'd complete it in 7 days.
Yep.
Like an example of this is what I do with Scatcast. I force myself to do the entire Tuesday show, all the skit scats in an 18-hour block, so that I don't spend a whole week thinking about every word and taking everything out. And what if I just put it out. And it takes a long time to do it or whatever, but it used to take me like a couple days to do it. And then I was like, fuck it. And the time shrunk down into it. Mm-hmm. And so now I can get this big workload done in a shorter amount of time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Procrastination law.
But exactly.
I'm a terrible procrastinator. But
it actually works to your favor because as long as it's not too bad, you'll probably be able to get something done.
Well,
or most of it done.
Well, I think that's also what we're all finding with the next chapter of workforce that COVID pushed us into, is you don't need to see me in an office.
Right.
You don't need to see anybody. You don't have to watch them and overlook them. If it's getting done, it's getting done.
Yeah.
And just because it's not the allotted 8 hours of fuck off, of how many hours is somebody wasting to just be sitting in a space, if the work's getting done, then that proves this theory correct.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just get your specific task. If you have 3 tasks you have to get done in this week, who cares if it took you 40
and you have
hours?
Free time after it?
Yeah,
of course you're going to get it done
40
faster.
hours or 10 hours, as long as those projects got done. That's why I think we should just not have to work 40-hour weeks unless you need to be there for whatever reason, for hours of operation. But just make it more project-based. So as long as you get your project done early and you can fuck off and go be with your family or something,
yep.
Why have to stick around and grab a broom?
I mean, what are the studies? Zach, I think we've kind of hit on this before. The 4-hour workday, 4 hours of focused work is equally as productive as 8.
Yeah, exactly. And the more time actually adds to worse outcomes is basically what this
you're just waiting for the clock. You're just like, fucking, after I eat lunch, I don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All I do is digest.
And then it's like, before lunch, I don't have any energy to do anything, so I don't get anything done. So I really don't get anything done all day.
I don't even know why I'm here.
But just give me 3 hours where I have to focus and get something done. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. And I could do it better at 8 o'clock at night than I could at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because that's when my brain is ready to fuck. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I feel it.
Like I would. Anyway.
All right, I got another one for you. This is one of my favorites. It's called Hanlon's razor. And it's don't attribute to malice what can be explained by stupidity, ignorance, or error. So an example would be a coworker misses a deadline, assume they were overwhelmed rather than deliberately trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're deliberately trying to fuck you.
Yep.
That's a good one.
So that's why, like, conspiracy stuff, it's like, it's probably just people are dumb. It's probably that maybe Congress people aren't the smartest people in the world, and they're trying to do very complex things with economies and getting people food and all that shit. So there's that one. That one's one of my favorites.
Are you purposely trying to piss me off? No, I am just stupid.
Couldn't we
Which
say
pisses
that?
me off.
Like, couldn't we say that about the government in general? Like,
Yep.
I think a lot of people are like, the government is trying to do this and is trying to do this, and it's just like, no, it's just too big and inefficient that maybe this is the reason it's happened, not because they're trying to fuck you over.
And they don't think ahead to the consequences, the unintended consequences that could happen because they're dumb.
Yeah.
Or it's too complicated, or both. So this one's called, hopefully I pronounced it right, the Pareto principle. And you guys have heard this. It's called the 80-20 rule. So 80% of outcomes are determined by 20% of causes. So emphasizing focus on high impact factors. So basically in sales, 80% of revenue comes from 20% of the clients. So it's best to prioritize those over the big chunk of folks.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And that's very much about podcasting and the Patreon world and all that stuff. So a lot of the support comes from the main 20%. Yeah.
Yeah.
The law of diminishing returns. Beyond a certain point, additional input yields progressively smaller outputs, making further effort less effective. So studying for 3 hours improves your test score, but then trying to add on to that by studying 10 hours more only slightly improves it due to fatigue. So kind of like we were talking about before, but the more time you put into it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be better.
Yeah.
And that's the law of diminishing returns.
Okay.
Here's a really important one. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. People with low ability overestimate their competence, while experts underestimate theirs due to lack of self-awareness. And we see that shit a lot, where people that don't know shit want to tell everybody what they know. And people that know a lot about even the subject will chuck themselves because it's like, oh, I haven't read this book, and he's more of an expert than me, and that kind of thing. So we get kind of a weird thing with Dunning-Kruger effect.
Well, because you're
goes
trying
back to that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say you're trying to learn more and trying to better yourself versus the person that thinks they already know everything. It's like, I got nothing else to learn, brother. I already know everything.
I mean, the saying of like, the more I see it, the less I know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like, as soon as you expand out your little circle, the more dumb you realize you are.
You go to space and you're like, I don't know anything.
You're just like, oh no, I have a good understanding of this. And then you go into that field and you're like, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. But if you just sit on the outside and assume that you know all this shit, and there's benefits of that too. Of just thinking you're the best and you got it. And there's the benefits of wanting to learn more and realizing you're not the best. So both sides of it. But yeah,
I think in sports ball, a lot of times, like, What
position did you play?
I think certain players, they're like, yeah, I'm the best corner in the league. Some players that works great for because they go out and they act like they're the best, and then some of them are like, I'm the best corner in the league, and so they get complacent and don't get any better. So like, there's definitely two
That's what I'm saying,
versions of the same. Yeah,
I got a few more here. This one's one of my favorites too, and this happened in real life, and I'll tell you about it here. The Cobra effect. A solution to a problem can worsen it by incentivizing undesirable behavior. For an example, a government pays for dead cobras to reduce their population, but people breed cobras to kill them for profit, increasing the snake population. That happened in England when they were in charge of India. They would say, well, we got to get rid of all these cobras. And the people in India were like, and they were paying them to hunt these cobras and turn in the skins. And so people just started breeding them like crazy and turning them in for the money. And so, and our government does that kind of shit all the time as well.
Oh, you mean capitalism?
Yeah, well, just in general. Here's the Hawthorne effect. People change their behavior when they know they're being observed, often improving performance temporarily. Does that happen to you guys, or does it go the other direction? Like when pretty girls were watching you play sports, did you play better or worse?
You gotta put on a little show for them,
right?
Yep,
that's how it worked for me.
I mean, that's like
no performance anxiety as far as like. I mean, again, like you said, sports stuff.
What position did you play?
But also, like, think about dialing it way back, like parallel parking, but there's people sitting outside a restaurant. Like, I definitely notice it, but it's not going to change how good I parallel park.
But your nerves might spike a little bit.
Yeah, because it's on display.
And there's like a couple of guys sitting there with their their meat,
their already parked cars,
their meat and their beer, and you're like, I gotta prove I'm a man.
Man, I gotta fucking put this meat right in this bun.
I'm try it, brother.
Brother bun.
Yeah,
brother bun.
I think
that's my prison name.
That's probably why they did that the job thing where the guy shows up and they don't know it's their boss or whatever. Because if they knew their boss was watching, they wouldn't be fucking off. And I know that I went into a restaurant the other day when I was dashing.
Yeah, you were.
And there was a couple employees just bitching about tons of stuff, and then I heard one of the people Brian's here. Quiet guys, there's someone out in the thing, So those people just didn't give a shit, and then the one person's like, guy, we can't be talking about this because
we can't do this now.
Yeah, they're gonna report us or something. Yeah.
All right.
Wait till he leaves.
I got a couple more if we got time for them.
Yeah.
All right. This is called the Pygmalion effect.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you. Higher expectations lead to better performance, as belief in someone's potential influences their outcome.
Yep.
That's a pretty interesting one. And this is the example is like when a teacher says that you're smart, you act smart. Mm-hmm. But the opposite is true too. In my own life with a couple of my friends that are very smart, were told by their parents at a young age they were dumb, and they believed they were dumb, and they did school dumb. They went through it going, oh, I'm too dumb for this, and da-da-da. And now, somebody told them that they're smart, and they're like, I'm fucking smart.
Yeah.
I was smart the whole time.
I mean, that's just support system, right?
Yeah.
It'll balance itself out. You tell somebody like, oh my God, so proud of you. You're so good at this. And then eventually it hits a point where you're like, ah. Then you have to be real.
Yeah, you're not world class.
But nothing ever goes wrong with just being supportive.
Right.
But blind support, where you're like, you are the best artist
American Idol
since Da Vinci.
The people that get on there.
And you're like, I am. My mom said I do the best Da Vinci.
They're like, you suck. And they're
then
like,
you're hurting
what?
them.
Everybody I ever sang for always said I was an amazing singer.
Supportive versus
They
blind.
were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how I got into singing. As a couple of people, a choir teacher was like, you're really good. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep doing that. Strange how that works. Mm-hmm. This is the Matthew effect. I'm not sure how Matthew gets his own thing since there's so many Matthews, but the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Those with advantages accumulate more while others fall behind. It is a rule. Mm-hmm. Here's an example. A popular blog gets more readers and links, boosting its ranking, while lesser-known blogs struggle to gain traction. We all know that, but it is a little law or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Like
the rich get richer because...
people that win the lottery...
Yeah, economies of
scale. How many
scale.
stories do you read about them blowing it all because they don't have the resources to know what to do with it?
Exactly.
Well, that's just compounding interest, though, right there, brother. You're already rich. You put your money in there, and you just keep getting more richer.
Especially if you don't have to spend it. Just fuck around with your play money.
Yeah, it just keeps stacking up.
I wanted to say this one because I'm your uncle, and I thought if people have heard this when they're listening to politics or whatever, maybe now they can know what it means if they haven't heard it before. It's called the Overton window. And it's an important thing, but it's basically the range of ideas society finds acceptable shifts over time, influenced by cultural and political pressures. So people will talk about the Overton window shifting depending on what it was. Like, for example...
Yeah, the fucking gays!
Exactly. But universal healthcare used to be...
Brian just looked at me like I canceled the show. I'm doing comedy.
No, I thought I was having a stroke.
I'm glad you're okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Don't have a stroke.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but basically...
I yelled that and he just blankly looked at me. I was like, oh, man, that didn't go across how I thought it was.
You gave him a stroke, bro.
Oh, man.
Basically, policies once considered radical, like universal healthcare, was considered untenable.
And rights?
And yeah, exactly. So they become mainstream as people start to shift. And that is called the Overton window. And you'll hear that on C-SPAN when people are discussing those things.
Yeah, it shifts around quite a bit, doesn't it?
It does. Well, I tried to pick most of the ones I like. There's quite a few more. But I think that's good for now.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Uncle Zach.
Thanks for indulging me.
Yeah, your lap is warm today.
It is. It's a little wet, too, and that's not because of you.
You're making my brain work, and then I got sweaty.
I'm sweaty.
Now your leg's wet, and that's hot. Just call me fucking Brother Biscuit. What'd you call me? Brother Bun?
Brother Beer?
What was the prison name you came up with me? I don't know.
Brother Bun.
Brother Bun?
Yeah.
That's hot. All right. Well, thanks, Zachy Poo. Love you.
My pleasure.
Yep.
My pleasure, isn't it?
All right. Let's move off to some good news.
Okay.
This guy's fucking wild. Let's roll it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah! I was aware of this type of thing, but just going off and doing it on your own is pretty fucking nuts. And that's what this guy did.
Plug it.
So, unparalleled snake antivenom made from man bitten 200 times. Okay? So, you have a little bit of an understanding of snake venom, right? Brad guy?
Yeah.
Like your body's going to build up that, and over time, like alcoholism, right? So, 10 beers for your uncle isn't the same as 10 beers for you.
Right.
Like
He's built it up.
Your uncle can't drive tractor until he's had 10 beers.
Right.
You would crash it and burn it. It would be,
Which
it'd be
I
on
have.
fire. Yes. So that's 10 beers.
Yeah.
So it's going to
With
have
no
a little,
beers, I'd
little bit of
crash.
effect on you. The blood of a U.S. man who deliberately injected himself with snake venom for nearly 2 decades has led to an unparalleled antivenom, say scientists.
He's just like, I got to do this in case I get bit. You just never know.
You're on the right path here, buddy. Antibodies found in Tim Freed's blood have been shown to protect against fatal doses from a wide range of species in animal tests. This is just investing in yourself. This is investing in your work, your vision. He's an entrepreneur.
He believes in Murphy's Law for sure.
So current therapies have to match the specific species of venomous snakes. What the fuck did I just say? Current therapies have to match the specific species of venomous snake anyone has been bitten by. I made it through. Fuck yeah. But Mr. Freed's 18-year mission could be a significant step in finding a universal antivenom against all snake bites, which kill up to 140,000 people a year.
That's so many people.
I know. And leave 3 times as many needing amputations or facing permanent disability. Have I ever told you guys that Joseph, if my dad, and I don't have a scientific study, but this is what I'm told. So before, and maybe a little bit after I was born, my dad drank a lot. And then by the time he passed away, he was like 30, he had 30 something years clean. So I think he maybe was still drinking when my brother was born and then stopped when I was. It was like my whole life, I've never seen my dad have any beer whatsoever. But I'm told that before my mom was pregnant with me, my brother was like 1 or 2 at the time. They were out fucking off hiking in Idaho. Beautiful.
As you do.
Probably Sam in Idaho. And he got bit by a snake because he was fucking around with a rattler. As you do when you're drunk. And he was so hammered, his blood was too thin to clot. So they were able to get back to the hospital in time to get it all taken care of.
Interesting.
Because he was, as my mom would say, just fuck with the rattler drunk. Where are we at there? 15, 20 beers?
Oof.
Like, you're not fucking with a rattler after 5 Coors Lights.
No.
Like, you still have your wits about you. 10, you're looking at it. Like 15, you're
Maybe you're not running away, but you're not.
Like 15 in, you're like, is that a whip? Like your mindset just kind of changes. So anyway, he was fucking around, got bit, and because he was so drunk, his blood didn't clot, and it saved his life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then kind of changed his whole perspective on drinking. It's like, what the fuck was I doing? And
everyone's got a wake up story now.
Just cut it out. But I wouldn't be here if my dad wasn't hammered drunk when he's fucking around with that snake. So here we are. Anyway, so Mr. Freeds has endured more than 200 bites and more than 700 injections of venom he prepared from some of the world's deadliest snakes, including multiple species of mambas, cobras, tapins, and trats. Trat. You ever heard of a trat snake?
Nope.
Ain't got them around here,
dude.
He initially wanted to build up his immunity to protect himself when handling snakes, documenting his exploits on YouTube. So he's got it. But the former truck mechanic said he had completely screwed up early on when 2 cobra bites in a quick succession left him in a coma. So he had time to think about it. And he woke up and he was like, I need more snake bites.
Just little ones.
But this guy, like, over the course of time, like, what if he could be this motherfucking truck mechanic that just loves snakes, injecting himself with snake venom, and in whatever setting you want to picture him performing these tests on himself, could be the answer to a universal venom antidote.
I like the idea that there's another guy doing it, and he's like at 180.
They're racing.
Yeah, and he's like, this guy gets a fucking article. I was doing it. It's my idea. He stole it from me.
1 coma. I've been in 6. I've been sleeping since 92. The other guy wakes up from his coma. He's like, where's where's Freed's at? Is Freed awake? Yeah, he's been awake for years. God damn it!
He's way ahead of you now.
He's like, fucking stab me. I need a cobra stab.
I gotta go to the jungle.
You gotta go to the jungle. I need all the snakes. Fuck Mr. Freed.
I mean, he's doing it,
it's noble.
But it's like, but at the same time, like, does he know that he could potentially?
That's his whole bit.
Like, I sound like he just wanted to be able to get bit and not have to worry about it. But
that's where it started.
Yeah, and then he
realized that I could be saving a ton of lives with my blood.
What if he's addicted to it?
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, have you seen
Tacomas?
that? What's that dude?
Tacoma?
What's the guy that gets bit by the insects and stuff?
Oh, yeah, Coyote something.
Coyote Jack or whatever his name is.
What?
We played it on the show before.
Have we?
Yeah.
He'll get like just the
Coyote Jackson.
Yeah,
I don't know. I forget.
He'll get like the fucking Japanese hornet or whatever, and just like
the murder hornet.
Put it on him and like, bite me, bitch.
Yeah.
And they'll bite, and he's just like,
oh God!
Oh shit!
Put it on my dick.
I know we've talked about that because I know that the same thought that popped up was my favorite part of Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Is when they antagonize a demon.
Come get me, bitch!
He's like, will you scratch my friend? How about you scratch me? And then he feels something. He's like, ah! You little bitch demon! You're gonna scratch my friends, but here's my back. 3 scratches, and he feels something. He's like, oh my God! And the kid, and they're just running for their lives. And they go back down there. Oh, one little scratch. Ah!
Yeah. You think you're so tough?
So tough you scratched me once. If you're such a big bad demon, do it.
I went to his house.
Down there in Vegas.
Yeah, I was an RIP, brother.
So this guy's a goddamn American hero.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's all tied back when nobody ever dies from snake bites again. Fucking Mr. Freed.
Yeah.
Mr. Freed freed us from the fear of snakes.
He freed us.
Hey, me. All right, something I found on the internet, and I love it. Fucking Zach. Oh, fucked it. Push play again.
Oh, fucked it.
Oh, okay.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right?
Crazy, right?
Let's check it out
Crazy, right?
together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes, that's awesome.
I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
That's all right. We made it through.
What the hell was that other thing?
That was just us talking over it.
Oh, there was a graphic I didn't recognize. It
Really?
started out, yeah, it was weird.
Oh, jeez.
There's a ghost in the thing.
Oh, you think you're so tough? Why don't you make a graphic show up that we ain't ever put in there?
There it is.
Get the fuck out of here!
Here's the coyote real quick.
Oh,
I lost it.
what's his real name?
Got me more than once.
Coyote Peterson.
Yeah. See that?
Yeah, we have cameras on you.
He always.
Did you
he's
guys
always
see that?
Did you
Yeah,
guys,
we
you
fucking
guys see
see
the
that?
thing? Yeah, we have a close up of your
There's
skin.
4 cameras and 6 GoPros on you.
He's like, oh,
Did you guys see that?
oh, God,
Did you guys get that?
You got it?
That's my only job,
Yeah,
Coyote.
I had one job to film your arm.
So you got
Oh.
it? I did. Good stuff.
Coyote Peterson, if you've never.
Yeah, I gotta go see what he's been doing lately. So I came across this on the interweb, and I just thought it was so funny. We all have nostalgia. We talk a lot about nostalgia.
Yeah, lots of nostalgia.
Here on Can You Don't, because we're getting older. Our sex drives are diminishing.
That's talking when about nostalgia kicks in, is when you're sex
and we're talking about
what position did you play?
When it comes to sports, not position do we play. It's how cool we used to be.
Yeah.
So a lot of nostalgia here on Can You Don't. And this one just caught my eye. So this is it's a sleeve for your credit card. And the sleeve is, Zachy, a Blockbuster membership card.
Yeah.
Okay? And you can get it customized. So you can pick, like it has the small chip, or you can pick a big chip depending on, I guess, if you have Discover or American Express or whatever size chip you may have. But what you do there is you slide your credit card in, and then every time you go to pay, it looks like you're whipping out your Blockbuster membership card. And it's only $10.
I still have my Blockbuster card.
What?
In your wallet?
No, not my wallet, but it's in my little studio area.
It's in your life.
Mm-hmm. That's in my area.
You pull it out from time to time, make sure it's not lonely.
Yeah, I got to keep it close. That's pretty cool.
I know.
You're like, what? It's $153.47 for these groceries.
Yeah, and you just pull it out. Like it's just a funny little thing.
You do tap, right? Yeah, but not on a Blockbuster card. We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. You have no idea how many Blockbuster points I have.
They're universal.
And it just covers your eggs. And the lady's like, what the fuck?
It'd be funny if any cashier got it and they're like, yeah, you still owe Goodwill Hunting from 1999.
Like you
didn't rewind it.
Yeah. You never turned in Men in Black. You're like, what? Yes, I did. I don't think so.
Says here you
Says
didn't.
here that you didn't.
No Tillamuck until you turn that in.
I thought this was a Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, but like paying out at dinner, like you're treating your friends. And then just make it obvious.
You're like, I got it, guys.
I got it. And it's your fucking Blockbuster membership card. Yeah. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. And then it works. And they're like, what?
They're like, shit, do they still have mine?
But like, dude, so many movies I rented. Time to hear from the kids. Zach, roll it. Thanks. Bye.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
Wow.
All right, let's start off with an email from my cousin Earl. Errol. I like to say Earl.
I know. He comments on that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Errol's like, that's cool, but Earl's the only like one. Fucking Earl, man.
I know.
All right. The only Errol on the planet, so yes, it's that Errol.
Okay.
He writes, hi, Joe, Brian, and Zacunist Simpatico.
Okay.
That's your prison name?
Hello, comrade.
Not nearly as hot.
Comrade
Errol.
So you're talking about that McDonald's.
Yep.
And the lady's just falling over. And I remembered when I moved back to New York in 2010, I went to a Walmart and had a really fun time shopping.
I wish that was the end of the email.
I went to Walmart once. Back in 2010, went to Walmart.
Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Oh, I had a real good time.
Guys, you went to that McDonald's, and I just remember I went to New York and went to Walmart. Yeah. Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
I don't know why it just reminded me of that.
God, what a good time.
So he went, he had a fun time. He went shopping. Yep. Then he got into a long line, and you could see the guy, like 3 people in front of me, was a bit sweaty and very aggressive. And as the line was moving slow, he falls down, and it was midday, and he had a heart attack. And the funniest thing, not one fucking person did anything. But can you read it in your...
Not one fucking person did anything!
Yeah.
We all just walked around him and stayed in line because it took a long time to get to this point.
Oh, New York!
Yeah, New York! So the ambulance finally showed up.
Ketchup tomato! Whatever the misheard lyric is. I forget what it is. I'll find it while you're reading. Go ahead.
Okay. So the
people will know what I'm talking about because that makes no sense on its own. Go ahead.
Finally, the ambulance finally showed up and they started doing CPR on him. Still no one moved. No one even had an expression change as far as I could tell.
We're over people, aren't we?
Damn, I miss New York sometimes. Hope you guys are doing well. So happy you are moving, Joe. You're probably in the middle of it now anyway, which kind of. I miss you all, and one day I will have Instagram back. Anyway, be careful. Don't let the horse come in your eye or ear, and never milk an angry beaver. There's honestly nothing there but ADHD attack. So I left. Okay, Joe and Brian. Have a great day. Dads. Bye-bye for now. Your most annoying son. Airhole, Errol, Eggroll, Earl, fuck a birdhouse. Bye.
That is funny.
That's like a full-on just Tourette's attack there.
It was. What was I think it's Ketchup Jungle Wet Dream Tomato.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, listen to it.
The real lyrics?
No.
What's the real line?
What dreams are made
What
of?
dreams are made of, but Wet Dream Tomato. Hold on. Here we go. Ready?
Now I just hear tomato.
Wasn't that Haktua girl that did that?
I'm sure it was around before her. That video right there was posted from 10 years ago. So that was before Hawk Tua's time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just heard her say that. I think that's the only time I heard the tomato thing.
Yeah, something ketchup, something wet dream tomato.
You mean that's not what she's saying?
No.
New Yorker's like, that's fine. That's good enough.
That's fine. All right, well, good to hear from you, Errol. Our second email is coming in from our son, Matt, who writes, Hey, Joe and Brian.
Hey.
I guess I want to say I started listening from day one. I love the initial episodes. How can you forget Parked Out by the Lake? I immediately gave your podcast 5 stars every chance I could get. I briefly left a less than stellar review and downgraded my 5 stars to 1 stars. That was a petty mistake that clouded my judgment. And I truly apologize for that because I know both of you are taking a leap into the cutthroat podcasting world. But I soon changed those ratings back to 5 stars because you both consistently deliver amazing episodes.
That's a person that can change their mind.
There you go. You're like, this motherfucker ruined his life, 1 star.
Yeah.
This guy blew up my life and it had no effect on me. 1 star. Fuck this guy. I'm glad you came around.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here.
Your banter, your content, truly hilarious. I truly appreciate your work and delivery of weekly shows, even though you're traveling, sick, risking your life on hot air balloons. I'll be submitting some questions, confessions, etc. soon, but I wanted to write this a little thank you note for all that you do. Thank you for helping me through some of the dark times while you both are doing the same. Hugs and tugs, Matt.
Much appreciated.
Good job, Matt. Using your brain.
So it's easy to get influenced and you just like, fuck. And then sometimes it just takes you a minute to go like, yeah, maybe I was a little rash.
Yeah. Along the same note, I don't think I've ever shared this, and I'm not going to share the guy's name. I don't even remember it. But like when we were starting the podcast and like our dads were dying and I was blowing up my life and leaving my marriage, and some guy wrote me like, dude, you fucked everything up. Just go kill yourself. And I didn't respond to it. And then it was like 6 months later, he's like, sorry. I have no idea why I wrote that.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's just like, and I never responded. It's like, sorry, I never should have wrote that. It's like, yeah, probably not.
Gotta appreciate when people
just getting on that hype train.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's good to grow.
Burn the witch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Grow as a person.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's episode 153.
What if Joe would have killed himself?
Yeah. What about it? Then what?
Then he wouldn't have wrote sorry later.
Yeah, he would have been like, fuck it, I was right.
Imagine writing that and then someone kills himself and then you're like, whoops, fuck.
You're like, God damn it, see you in jail. Oh, God damn it, I have to go to court.
Yeah.
That's the episode. We had a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning in.
Super fun.
The show's going to keep going. If you want that bonus content, and again, please do. It is the #1 way you can support the show. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. Content, funny things you come across on the interwebs. Email that into heyguys@CanYouDon'tPodcast.com. Rate and review us wherever you listen to the podcast. Big thanks to Uncle Zach for... What'd you do?
I don't know.
Oh.
I pushed stupid buttons that didn't work right.
You were here?
I was here.
That's cool.
I had a good time. You guys are funny.
Well, there we go. So thanks to Uncle Zach for just being here. Check out all that he does at scatcast.com. That is scat with a K. And a big shout out to the babysitters that moderate the Can You Don't Playground on Facebook. I have a fact. Blow your minds. Fucking Zach.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
Good God.
I hope you guys don't know this. So this is obvious. It's an understanding. It's a general knowledge thing, right? The fastest sperm gets to fertilize the egg, right? Fuck you.
Yeah!
That's not true. Scientific evidence suggests that eggs can play an active role in selecting which sperm fertilizes them.
They have preferences?
Yep. This process involves the egg releasing chemical signals that can attract or repel certain sperm.
Not you.
Potentially influencing which sperm is able to successfully
So
reach.
that's like a tractor beam.
Fertilize the egg.
That's a fucking tractor beam sucking it in.
We're all told. Congratulations. Like fastest sperm. They get there, and then they fucking wiggle. They wiggle in there, and the first one that gets, that's what we're all told. And then right now they're saying, no, the egg is like, no, I don't like this smell of sperm. And they can be like, the sperm how sad for that guy.
Yeah. Nah, get out of here.
He's working his tail off and he gets there and he's like, wow, this fucking smells like eggs. God, it smells like a
sulfur.
Sulfur fart. I'm not
smells
fucking.
like Yellowstone in here. What is going on?
I'm not doing this. What is this way? Geyser. National Park Joe. It smells like Old Faithful.
What position did you play?
Web. So anyway, there you go. Just wanted to blow your guys' mind. Let's head off to the
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Oh, cool. You ready for the bonus stuff?
Yeah.
All right. You got to do the thing.
Bye.
Jesus.
Bye. I got